good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at Elastic OSC, Elastic Oscillator by Oliver Greschke. It's really cool. One of my favourite apps for this year, let me tell you that. Let's go! Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Welcome. I really love this app. Just saying it off the bat, I'm very biased with this one because I like it and I've been playing around with it. I installed it. How's this? Installed it and ended up playing with it, messing about, and then 3 hours were gone and I was like, okay, this is a good app. That's rare, man. 3 hours disappears just noodling around. Well, it happened. Let's say hello to you all and we'll get into the specifics. Thomas Christ in the house. Brad Example. Hi. Well, Justine, hello. Oliver, g'day. Welcome to the stream. Everyone say hello. We've got the dev here. Everyone be on best behavior or don't. Who else is in the house? Leela. Leela just finished off her wonderful show. Thanks for dumping everybody over here, Leela. Chad Freeman, hello. Who else do I see in the chat? We'll go to Studio 6+1, folks. Tomorrow on the show, speaking of this dude here, Studio 6+1, this is always a struggle because I've got to go back in time. Tomorrow on the show, we're talking at this, Moo, which is by Studio 6+1. So how about that? Boom. Alrighty. Let's get into it. Mateus. Hey, Mateus, what's going on? Alrighty. Is there anyone else I've missed here? Thanks, Thomas, for banging the links in. You can become a member for $1 a month. Join the Patreon for $1, get your songs mastered, or join for $5 and get a chance to win some apps. Ed Zielinski, hello to you too. I think we're good, yeah? Let's do it. I've got a little project. I should tell you about this app, shouldn't I? So we're looking at this today. Elastic OSC. It is $9.99. It works on all iOS devices. iPad, iPhone. If anybody's got an iPod Touch out there, maybe. Depends what firmware you're on. Who knows? Who knows with iOS? But there it is, $9.99. Is it an introductory price? I'm not sure. Maybe Oliver can answer us. I can't remember. But $9.99. Anyway, let's listen to something that I made with it. So, of course, I made something weird with it because that's what you got to do. We got a little, it is a introductory price. So get on it, bitches. Bitches. Yeah, there we go. So we've got this project here. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 instances of it running. I've got a play beat. Oh, nice. That's nice. That's missing. Great. Okay. We've got, that's it, I think. Bounce Bud and a Helium and some Altethers. That's about it. That is all we got running here. So to kick this thing off, I'm just going to come over here and do this. I'll shut up. Let's Oge. right, there we go. I'm going to clear this out of here. So there's a little project I made. Didn't take too long to make, at all. I don't know what's going on, says Moby Pixel, but it sounds wicked. Well, you've just come at the right time because this synth is wicked. It bloody is. Dan, g'day. Jamie, hello. Mwah. Kisses to Jamie. Brad's here. He says, hi. That joke's never going to get old. Who else? Arthur, hello to you. Welcome aboard. Very excited about this one. It'll be next on the app I buy. Absolutely. Let's open up. Oh, let me tell you a little bit about it first because, interestingly enough, this is what this is loosely kind of based on. So on this modular plates, mutable instruments plates module. So it's got kind of loosely based around this thing. But the beautiful thing is, I'm going to just tell you why I really love this. Besides it being using this, which is amazing. The ease. All right. So talking about modular, let's just talk about it. Tomorrow I'm taking a look at Studio 6+1's app, Moo, and it's modular. And I suck at modular. I have no idea what I'm doing. I do my best. I know patching, but I'm just terrible at it. And it always seems like a hell of a lot of work because I'm a vocalist and a guitarist, and I like things to be easy. So this takes all of the hard stuff about modular and puts it into this really interactive app that reminds me of really old school iOS. I feel like I'm connected to it. I feel like I feel like it's an extension of my hands. I can use my hands back on the iPad or a keyboard. So it's just really nice to use. So this is what it is based on. But let's get back over to AUM and open an instance of it. If I can, Elastic. That was the idea. Bring back the fun to iOS, where you've certainly done. Oh, hang on, we've got. Hang on. AUM's done its little moment. You know when you get that little red play up the top up here, and it can't do anything. So we just had that. Let's do this again, and we'll get Elastic in here, and let's show you the interface. Let's connect it up to a keyboard as well, so it's all ready to go. This is what you're looking at here. Probably the one thing, there's only one thing that I've got a problem with, and that is the reshaping of this in here. So it would be nice if it reshaped a little bit better. All right. Or even you could maybe turn off just the bottom keys if you didn't want to use them. You know what I'm saying? But I tend to use things in full screen anyway, so that's, that's a thing. Double tap, anywhere full screen. So the resizing could be a little bit, that is my only bitch, and that is nothing. And I'm definitely not, it does, here's the thing. Does it affect me making music with it? Absolutely fucking not. So I'm not going to dwell, right? So here we go. Let's run across. Let's start off up here. We've got presets. Here are your presets. Can I just say, I love this. There's this thing on here I love, and there it is here. Save with name. I just love that there's a little space there all the time. Every time I open up a preset that doesn't have like a hit the save button, then type in the word, and then it's just this ready for me to type in blah, 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 whatever I want and hit save. And I can do that right now. Demo, boom, save. And it just gets put in there. New, save. It just gets put in there. That's fucking really smart stuff. Really, really cool. Hit delete. You want to delete that preset. Doink, gone. Click on the preset, delete. You've got an init patch here that you can tap when you're in your presets. Hit the init. It'll go back to the beginning, nice and clear, ready to go. Mix Club, Paul O'Farrell, welcome along to the chat. Pete Johns, what's going on? So you've got delete. You can randomize. You've got a little randomize down here. You've got an import, so you can import patches, and you can share. Look at that. We've got a share button. Now, I don't know. Was there an update for this? Did I get the update? Hang on a minute. I thought I saw an update, and I don't know if I updated it. Elastic. Let's see. Man, I'm really doing well today. No, I did. I have got the update. So we're all good. We're good. You cannot share. So let's have a look. Boom. I can't share. So you can't share nothing. Is that right? Well, yeah, I'm clicking on it. Oops. I'm over here now. Oh, there was no user preset. Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool. So, So it's got to be a user preset. So if I do demo, blah, 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 save, then I should be able to click on that and then hit share. Boom. See, there we go. All right. That's the first time I've seen that I could share stuff. So we've worked that stuff out there. Up the top here of your presets, you've got all. So this will include your presets as well as the factory. And we have factory presets here. And there's a shit ton of them. Heaps of them. We'll try and go through some of them towards the end of the show. But this is your little preset browser. Click up here to come back. You can go left and right as well. Nice left and right stuff. Easy peasy beneasy. Can't go wrong. Let's hit init. Come back to the start. Play some notes. And make sure everything's good. I'm just going to come in here and just give me a sec. Are we good? There we go. So what makes this thing interesting? Why is it interesting? Well, see up the top here. We're going to cover these two sections first. We'll come back up the top here a little bit later. There are 24 oscillators in here, and they are all controlled via the top up here, so you can see them. And let me tell you, if you want to get to grips with this and just get your training wheels on, hit the little question mark. This is really handy. This is how I learned how to use this app. And you'll get little help things wherever you go. And what's cool is in these XY pads, it gets filled up with information for you. So if you click on a gain, you get information here. You've got information here on your oscillators. So when you flick through them, it changes as you go through your oscillators, so you can see what they are. It's just very handy. And you know what? It doesn't get in the way. It really doesn't get in the way. I normally just leave the help on all the time, and it doesn't stress me. It's not a pain in the ass. It's just there, and if I get lost, it's just there. So I've been using it on my other iPad just with the help always on. So what are these oscillators? Let's run through them, shall we? So number one, we have here, let's just give it a sec. We've got a virtual analog, wave shaping, a 2-operator FM, granular formant, additive, synth, wavetable, chords, speech, granular cloud, filtered noise, particle noise, string model, so your strings, modal resonator, bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat, virtual analog VCF, phase distortion, 6-operator FM, 6-operator FM2, 6-operator FM3, wave, terrain, string machine, and lastly, chip tune. Let me bring up these keys a little bit. Oops, I'm going to take off help. Nice. So these are all the engines you have. So you can't run multiple of them at the same time unless you've got multiple options running, but you can't, within the one app, have two of them running at the same time. So now within each of these, you can see everything changes around each as I change. So you can see up here, the XY changes. So for example, we've got our square wave. I'm just going to hit hold, because what's really cool about the keyboard, you can use an external. Over in this corner, you got square wave, saw wave. Really interesting is you have two options for these. So you can either control the timbre or the octave, right? So you can see these change. What are we on? Timbre. Let's change the frequency. And what happens is when you change, this little knob becomes the opposite. Never timbres, frequency selected here, down here. Maybe YouTube doing it. It's got a morph down here, and this gives us a morph or a detuned waveforms. Okay, so let me just check. Everything's good on my end for service. So I don't know, maybe it's YouTube doing its thing. I can't control YouTube, can I? Let me just show you a couple of things. Let me just continue on with this XY pad. So you can actually animate this. You can modulate it, move it around. We have this modulation section up the top here. And all you need to do is make sure your transport is playing and hit record. And you'll see this little line up here underneath here. And now I can actually move this around within this time limit and we can get some movement. So I'm going to wait till it gets to the end and let's do it. And then when you let go, it just keeps going. And while you have the record button down, so we have this record button down here, it's still flashing, it's still good. You can turn anything and that will animate as well. So let's just come in here to this FM and move this a little bit. And then when I let go, now this is animating as well. This works for anything. I might want to come over to this filter here. Let go. So virtually anything can be done. Let's do the morph. We've done the frequency. Let's go over to our distortion. And you can just keep going and going and going and going and going. And all this will keep going until I stop. And once you hit stop on recording, you make sure you stop recording or you'll just start recording all the other movements you make. Now, as soon as I hit play, this all kicks off again. It's all going again. And if I want to delete all this stuff, there's a little X. I can click this. It says, do you want to clear animations? Yes, please. Pretty wild stuff. You can just go crazy. Now the original module, let me just turn this down a little bit. Stop these. The original module for this was a mono synth, but down here we actually can have a polysynth. So you can have mono if you want. Let's take off that hold. Or you can have poly as well. So that's nice. You've got your ADSR down the bottom here. Want to make some pads. Usual stuff, yeah. We also have an ARP. Let's talk about the ARP now. Turn it on. Hold down some notes. Let's just do some holds here. We've got different modes. Up, down, played, as it was played, random, chords. You can change the rate. You can change the octave. And this one here, this is one of my favorites. So this is this little skip. You can turn this up and it's going to start skipping notes. So almost like a randomizer. It'll skip every first, second and third note. So it's up to you, you decide. So if you're on 1, it's going to skip the first note, second, third, so you can do that kind of thing. and get some nice randomization. Really nice. All right, let's go through some of these oscillators. While this is just doing this. This is our wave shaper. So one thing I want to just cover before we'll move over to the effects very soon. What are we, 23 minutes in? So with this section over here, one thing, now I'm pretty sure this is right, so I'm just going to do the help just to make sure I am right. The modulation LPG decay, amp decay. So if you want, so we have these dials under here, and this is going to allow the timbre, how much of the timbre, FM, morph. But you need to have some kind of volume on this. You'll see now, if I, when the LPG decay is down, we're not really getting any of this stuff coming here. So I'm going to put this up. You'll hear it change. The amount of sounds you can generate out of this is just bonkers. It's ridiculous. We've got this color on the end here. Turn left to give the sound a darker color. So we're on wave shaping at the moment. Let's skip. I'm just going to speed this up a bit. This is the 2-operator FM. We've got a granular formant. I'll just animate this. The additive synth. Fucking hell. Pretty much any sound you can imagine you can make out of this. It's wild. We've got a wave table. We've got chords. Now this is interesting because I'm actually playing chords. Speech. turn this back on. This is granular cloud. You can go gnarly as fuck or keep things very, very simple. That's filtered noise. We've got particle noise. So you can see each of these sections here, they have these little diagrams underneath. So you get an idea of what there's the little dots for particles. String modeling. Let's bring back that frequency. Modal resonator. G'day, Costa. We've got a bass drum. So we've got 3 drum sections that are basically just for drums. So we've got kicks. Change the frequency. That's pretty heavy. We've got snares. And we've got hi-hats. G'day, Camp G-May. Virtual analog VCF. Let's hold down some chords. So again, this is where the fun comes into it. This is where I really love this. I feel like I'm actually wanting to touch the iPad again. We've got a phase distortion. So we've still got a bunch left. So this is the 6 operator FM1. We've got the 6 operator FM2. No, they can't be laid within the single app, but you can load multiple instances. Absolutely. This is our 6 operator 3. And you can see the little boxes here, right? They give you an idea of where the operators are, yeah? This is a wave terrain. We've got a string machine. Now that will animate too, because I still have this record down. So off it goes, this frequency is going to go as well. Just tap the record and that'll stop recording. And lastly, chiptune. All right, so we're at our halfway point of the show. A little bit over. Where every day we run an ad, YouTube forces me to do it. Twist my arm. Oh, stop it! And because you've got to pay the bills, so you may or may not get an ad. If you don't, lucky you. If you do, just skip it. Come back. We'll wait for you, and all will be good in the hood. We'll leave that playing in the background. What's coming up tomorrow? This Moo Moo. We're looking at Moo Moo tomorrow. And the day after, we have a fabulous interview coming up with Miss Stephanie, an amazing singer-songwriter from Australia. She's joining us. And, of course, to wrap up the weekend, we are doing the usual 1 hour song challenge. Write a song, record a song in an hour. No ifs, no buts. Okay, let's come back. So these are the 24 synth engines. There's a lot you can do with it, yeah? Absolutely a lot. Let's look at these over here, the effects. So these won't come into play until you actually have the volumes up down here. So we've got a distortion mix, a modulation mix, a delay mix, and a reverb mix. So we're on distortion right now. And you see when I turn it, move it around, we're not getting anything, nothing at all, yeah? Turn up the distortion mix, you can instantly hear. What I want to point out is this little side panel here. So you'll notice as I flick through these effects, this changes. So the bottom knobs won't change at all. But over here, you've got these little sliders that change for that specific sound. So with distortion, when you move up this slider, you get a whole bunch of different distortions. Yeah, so you can see bit crush and sine, and you've got a whole bunch of distortions here. Let's just hit play again. G'day, Denise. So you can see we take out the distortion, nice and clean. Hi, Bonfire. Filter works exactly the same, yeah? You can turn it on and off over here. Resonance, up. So your frequencies from left to right. There's your filter. And up and down is your resonance. But you'll notice g'day, Will. So the filter actually doesn't have a little volume down the bottom. It's only the distortion, modulation, delay, and reverb. The modulation is a choice between a phaser and a chorus. So you just click the mode up here to switch between them. Here's your chorus. We got to turn up the mod. Your rate XY. You've got a feedback dial here. And you can change this to phaser. Delay works the same. You can have it synced or unsunk. You've got a spread. Let's turn up the delay. Feedback, sync time, XY. Also, down the bottom here, we have a little limiter, which is always on, just to rein things in if they get out of control. If you haven't thought about putting a limiter on there, you're all good. Let's change the sound up. Nice. So we've got a reverb as well. Let's turn down the delay mix and reverb. Let's turn up that reverb. Nice big reverb. You've got your time and your dampening. So you can hear when we bring this over to the extreme left, that's dampened, dampening that reverb. And you can hear that reverb delay singing off into the distance. So you've got built-in effects. Everything's nice there. Let's check over at our settings. So you've got some settings in here for your velocity volume, the Velo LPG mod. So you've got some input animation. So you can actually decide if you want the mess around with the animation levels, inputs, automation. There we go. And you also have these ABs. Let's talk about these. These are really cool. So I'm just going to hit some, let's just do this 2 notes. And let's explain these. So output A is the standard output. B is a variation output called the auxiliary of the original. So if I flick between A and B, you'll hear it's the same thing, but it's just variation. And the beautiful thing is you can combine them. And you can actually come in here to the B and so we've got an A A plus, so standard output A is the standard output, B is a variation. A and B is both outputs mixed together, and A divided by B are both outputs mixed and strictly panned left and right. And you've got a gain button down the bottom here. Yeah. Pitch wheel, mod, and you can go up and down the keyboard here with the plus and minus. That's pretty much everything that's going on. Let's run through some presets here. So, give me a sec. Let's make sure my keyboard's plugged in. It is. So these two here are ARPs. Now remember, you might pick one of these and think that's great, but actually want it in a different kind of oscillator. So you can do that. You can just touch whichever oscillator you want. And then work from there, yeah? I can feel that right in my butt. So we got kicks in here. You've got effects. If we can get them going. So we're in mono at the moment. Let's load up a thing. I can't remember what it's called. Harmony Bloom. See if Harmony Bloom loads. There we go. We'll send this out here. And grab a preset. Now, I'm pretty sure, let me just check this. So this here, this is called ramp time. Now, ramp time, to switch between different engines, small values might cause a glitch when switching modules. So this gives you the ability to change this and avoid some of those really weird glitches you get when you're flicking through presets. Very annoying for a lot of people. Does this work? Am I right in saying that? I think I'm doing this right. So it keeps going back. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm just going through presets now. Well, we got some drones in here. Yes, the price will go up, so it's on sale at the moment. Easy drones. There's something for everybody in this. Absolutely something for everybody. So get the idea. Let's make something crazy with it. We've already got this in here. What is this set to? I'm going to set this to D. Do a major. So we've got that in there, sending there. Nice. And as you saw on when I opened the show, the project I had what, 7 of these running, and the DSP was only around 40, 45, I think. So it's not too shabby on the old DSP. Okay. Let's pick a thing in here. What do we got? 9 minutes. Just going to change the settings in here. Bounce bud. Make it all half so we get some longer notes in there. All right, let's bring in our second one. What do we got in here? Let's grab something else. There we go. So you can see, what have we got? 5 of them running, a harmony bloom, a bounce bud, and they're all loaded, and we got 3940 DSP. Well, that was dark, weird, demented, made no sense, and that's what music is all about. Lots of fun. This thing is rad. I just love the interactivity of it, the touch, the feel. I feel like I'm a part of it. Hello, Crow and Lawcat. And Will, I think I already said hi to Will, but just interactive. I feel like this is old school, man. This is like how iOS used to be before everybody demanded that we had to have desktop quality apps that are all just ported over and the writing's all small and it's great to have them, but it kind of some of the sex has gone out of iOS a little bit with not being able to interact so much and be a part of the experience. And that's what drew me to iOS in the first place. I know Jakob Hackett's talked about this as well. So here we are. This just brings everything back to the way it should be. Just loads of fun. Take something that normally a lot of people would be too scared to use, as something like a module like this, a modular synth, and go, oh, it's too much. Takes this wonderful piece of equipment and turns it into something really fun. Can't tell you how much I really like this app. It's definitely way up high with my like of apps this year. It is $9.99. It's an introductory price. It will go up, so get it quick. If you're a Patreon, $5 and above, we got some giveaways for you as well too. Thank you to Oliver for being here and supplying some giveaways and codes. As always, you rock. Great job, my friend. You have smashed it out the park. Thank you to everybody for being here today. And tomorrow I'm scared. Dave, I'm scared. Modular synth. If any of you have seen me do demos on modular synth, I suck. But I'll be good. All right. We got Thomas Christ up next. He's doing his show. So, I'll bounce you over to Thomas Christ, and he'll show you some of his process. I think he shows, what is it called? Make It Rock? Is that what it's called? Wicked. Don't be over there. We'll be back tomorrow. Do the things that make you happy, folks. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Stay awake and let's... Fake Oj. I'll just tell you before I do go. Head out, filmed Walk With Me yesterday, and boy, what a bumper episode. I can't wait to start editing it. Whole new filming style. I've got a whole new bunch of tricks. Went out and filmed, I think, 370 clips yesterday. Boom! And ended up walking into a free exhibition of Banksy's work. So much happened yesterday. It was a great episode. So look forward to that on the weekend. All right, let's get out of here. Let's Oj, baby. Bye.